Here to kick in. All right, I think we're live. We are live. What's going on, guys? What is going on? We are here with the ever requested Run My Crypto in the house. What's up?
What's
The
up?
debut.
What's up, family? What's up, the
How you doing?
JASMY Army?
How you doing, brother? How's your day going, man? Everything's
Not too
good?
bad. Not too bad, man. Not too bad. Just got a long, busy morning out the way and ready to hop on here and get this done.
Yeah, Jasmine's looking pretty healthy today. Nice little recovery. Back up
Yeah,
over 2 cents.
a lot of buying opportunity the past week, right?
Oh, dude, I know, man. I know. It's just funny because it's the same people who don't buy it when it's low. The same ones who complain later saying, "Man, I wish Jasmine would pull back down to below 2 cents."
That's right, right? Yeah, I know. I was talking to somebody, one of the guys on the Discord the other day. They were talking about like, if only Jasmine would go down, below 2 cents. And I'm like, here we are, set 0.01 17 15 16, and it's like you got it. And
Yeah,
it's back. Now we're back up. It's crazy.
yeah. They don't take advantage. They don't take advantage. They get frustrated, but too many people. That's why we try to do I'm sure you feel the same way. That's why we kind of do what we do here. We try to lower people's emotions when it comes to this kind of thing, right? And just come from a logical standpoint. I know you do the same thing. I watch a whole lot of your stuff. So I was actually just watching your video you uploaded a couple hours ago earlier today. So good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, and it's like the thing is that you got to play the markets the way it goes, right? So obviously you look for the best opportunities, but it takes a lot of time and dedication to really get in there and see what the market it's doing, where to get in and where to continue buying at. But it's general sense, right? The dollar cost average method is where you build basically your stack and keep doing it that way. That way, hopefully it balances out in the end, and then you just watch it just ride all the way up. That's probably the best method, in my opinion, to get into it. Unless you're getting real technical and you want to follow the big money, and buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. But at that point, it's just way too much work to do. So
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I was going over a thing last night. I think in the live stream I was talking about statistically how dollar cost averaging and just hodling over the course of a 4 year cycle ends up giving you greater returns than trying to day trade and short and I get so many people in my chat that say to me like, "Hey Rob, I'm thinking about selling Jasmine when it gets to like 2 cents four, and then buying back in at 1 cent nine again." I'm like, "Dude, the plane's gonna leave you behind if you do."
you're gonna miss it for sure. It's gonna run away from you so fast, and you never get that opportunity again. Your wish that's a big regret to have on your shoulders, especially if you're playing with a lot of money. You
Yeah,
know,
then you're buying back in at like 5 cents, 7 cents, and stuff like that.
that's right.
I would never do that, man. My
That's
my
right.
goal for my Jasmine bag is actually I'm only going to sell 50% of my bag in this bull run because I just
Yeah,
think that through 2029's bull run, I think that the potential for this company is just going to be off the charts. So I'm not going to exit these entry points. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely. And I mean, that's really, I was thinking, when I originally got in, I was thinking about, my exit strategies and what that would look like. And, I was actually telling myself, well, do I liquidate the entire portfolio? And that was originally what was on my mind. And then I started to see the growth, see everything start to unfold and unravel with Jasmine. Because looking back a year, I mean, we didn't have all the visibility that we have now for Jasmine. And that's a game changer. I mean, in my view, my mind, it's like there's no way I would let go of my entire Jasmine bag. It's definitely, you have to have a solid amount to just sit there and marinate over time. especially into the next bull run after this one. I mean, I'm still excited to see where we're going to go. Definitely we'll even use some of the profits to get back into JASMY and the bear cycle. So I mean, it's yeah, definitely I'm going to hold 50% of my portfolio too. My initial goal was 1 million. Now I'm at 1.7, I believe. I'm trying to get to 2 million as quick as possible before we could get to this 3 to 5 cents, because at that time now I'm paying triple for the price of JASMY. But in the end, I mean, if they're able to accomplish essentially what they're trying to accomplish with the whole market cap and making that adjustment and making it stick, I mean, that's really gonna, catapult JASMY's valuation through the roof. You know what I mean? So it's like the day one holders are going to be the ones benefiting, those diamond hands, the ones that really believed in a long-term JASMY versus just trying to make a quick buck out of this bull run that I think is going to be probably one of the most massive that we've ever seen.
Well, I agree. I think that it's no different than people who got in on, say, Cardano when it was a fraction of a cent and stuff like that, right?
Right.
Or even something like XRP. It's like back when these projects were in their infancy, a fraction of a cent, half a cent, sixth of a cent, whatever. A lot of people were buying in back then, and they're still holding their bags today. And I tell you, they're very, very happy that they did. Right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that's even like, people that picked up Ethereum for like $400, $300, and you're looking at that price, and it's like, wow, that's beans compared to what it is now, and it's Bitcoin, Bitcoin too, having an opportunity to get in at $4,000 or even 10 grand for that matter. I mean, come on, it's crazy. That's what has me really excited about cryptocurrency. And then the fact that, we're going to actually have more demand for crypto, looking at other countries adopting it, and then, just basically taking fiat and saying fiat is basically we're losing mad value in fiat. And now you have digital currency that is actually like stable. It's stable, and it has enough spending power to back different currencies, and that's what's amazing. I mean, I guess tying the whole stable coins together with the backing of specific coins actually makes sense.
Yeah. People don't tend to zoom out, though, in my opinion. Like, I agree with you. Like the adoption of crypto in general, but especially these utility plays. Like, I did a video that's actually it's going to be uploaded tomorrow, but just to briefly touch on it, I believe that in relation to meme coins and stuff like that, memes are always going to have their place, but I think at some point they should be separated from crypto, because at some point utility is going to start to take over, and a lot of these top utility cryptos are going to really start to run. They're going to become household names, and you take JASMY as a perfect example of that. I think at some point, we're dealing with people who made Sony a household name, and now they're working on JASMY, right?
Exactly.
So is it going to be that shocking if, a couple of years from now, a few years from now, JASMY is a household name, no different than Sony, Panasonic, Intel, Samsung, right? It's just going to be devices around your house, and you're not even going to think anything of it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
No
Exactly. And that's what I see. Like, excuse me. And that's what I see. We have Sony basically tapping in huge with the whole Web3. I believe it's like a mobile app that they're bringing in blockchain technology, and then we have PlayStation bringing blockchain technology. And we look at JASMY, and you're basically one of the biggest partner with Sony. And then you have Sony executives. Now you rewind years back. I mean, they already foreseen basically everything that's playing out to this date. And that's why I believe JASMY is going to be very successful, because they have that mentality to win. And it's basically, I mean, we have all these puzzle pieces, right? We know that Japan they like to keep things, behind the scenes and basically come out with a bang, right? So we see Sony making moves in the blockchain industry and cryptocurrency. We see Panasonic. Now, my mind is they already had these conversations, and there's something that's in the background, and I could even really, it's my opinion, but I could really think, come to mind that, Binance holding or putting the, Jasmy in that zone where they could basically hold Jasmy coins to their advantage. And when they feel the time is right to maximize their gains, because they're in it to make money too. And once everything starts to unravel, and I think it's all going to play out to where we see Jasmy go, hit these crazy numbers, and then Binance starting to make some money off of their tokens, and I don't even see them dumping like all their tokens, man. I could just see them, gradually releasing, or however they're working that the whole situation for their benefit. I mean, that Binance, wants to be that big dollar exchange, and they know what they're doing, and it's all. The problem is that we have that gap because we're separated from Japan, and we don't know, we're not in tune 100% on what Jasmy's doing. We're only looking from the outside in, and we could see the benefit from that, from that vision. And I just think that everybody asks all the time, like, when is Binance going to release Jasmy from the monitoring zone, or what, whatever the case is. And I'm like, when they could pad their pockets the way they want to. That's my opinion on it. But we shouldn't be so, oh God, Jasmy and Binance, they don't want to take them out of the zone. And I don't even
Well,
think we need that. It's like we're getting exchange after exchange after exchange.
yeah, we just got eToro the other day, which is a pretty decent. I think there's like 2.7 million users on eToro or something.
Right. It's huge.
But yeah, I have a thesis on that, on the whole innovation zone. And the thing is, like, I try to tell people this because it gets a little frustrating seeing people on X and stuff, and they're like, oh, Jasmy's in the innovation zone for no reason and blah blah blah. And like Jesse and I have covered this a lot. I don't know if you've seen that, but there are reasons that Jasmy is in the innovation zone, and people just kind of, we like to be realistic about everything. And when you step back and you look at it, especially over a year ago when they first got in the innovation zone, right? You have to look at it from Binance's perspective. They look at certain factors when putting something in the innovation zone. One is obviously the zoomed out chart, right? So they look at that and it's out of context, right? But then when you get an explanation as to why the chart looks the way that it does, then it makes sense, right? Wasn't a rug, wasn't a scam. And then you take into consideration their old website. Doesn't look like a crypto website at all. Their new one, Junction, is sexy AF.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's why I always
That's a
slap.
crypto website.
Yeah, definitely. And two, like, yeah, I get that, man. It's like, people, they got to get beyond that whole zooming out, because yeah, it's probably one of the ugliest charts, right? Same with Internet Computer, has a very ugly chart, but this is probably going to be another one of the biggest crypto projects out there. Just the way that the whole AI thing is, and that's what gets me excited about Jasmy and Junction, man. It's like I am going to be super stoked when Junction like rolls out and the utility, and everybody's able to check out how that utility is working. And then obviously the PDL, having the utility of the PDL, when all that's starting to, rock and roll, firing all cylinders, Jasmy's going to be a kick-ass project, man. It's like, people don't see that though, because they're getting to those stages where now we could start putting this whole plan into perspective, right? We could start seeing the way that Jasmy was built and designed to work, and then we're going to see how important that data is. I mean, because when you talk about Jasmy and you talk about data, it's not just simple data. They're talking about utilizing data to basically refine the way that you live as a human being in in the education side of things and business side of things, and being able to really manage how, better performances for businesses, for employees, utilizing a lot of their hours to put in work. They're redefining all of that, and they're able to capture that information to build better companies. And once Japan is successful with that, it's going to trickle into other countries, and it's just going to just take off from there. So that's one of the reasons why, because I've been in, manufacturing industry for years. So, Kaizen events is really big in manufacturing. And, these are pieces of information that, not only other countries can use, but, definitely the US needs to take some of that data and information to be able to build a healthy work environment for people. But
Yeah.
AI is gonna AI is gonna knock that out too anyway. So I don't know, man. It's about to get wild, man, with AI, DPIN, and
Well,
everything else.
it's very encouraging for Jasmine as well in the United States, like you mentioned, because with the university there that they have a university in Silicon Valley, run by the Japanese government, and basically what it is it's a foothold for Japanese companies like Jasmy to get connected with American VCs, right? And Jasmy has, they have people down here right now. One guy in particular, I can't remember his name. I think his name's Ken or something. He's the one down here trying to get the secure PC connection into the United States as well, right?
Got you.
And these footholds are going to come over time. These connections, like Hara being down here at ETH Denver, sitting with the VCs and stuff like that, right? Like it's only a matter of time before some of that stuff that's marinating comes to the surface, right? And we start to see, oh, Jasmine's got a foothold in the US now, and backed by this VC, that VC, right?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
very, very bullish, man, for sure. Especially the PC. Like I was reading about 2 months ago, like the Bank of America had been hacked, and 57,000 of their customers' identities were stolen because of the hack. The data was leaked. Well, who solves that problem, right?
Absolutely. That's that whole centralized setup that we have. And yeah, it's crazy, right? When Web 2 came out, I mean, that was the thing. I mean, we're talking about bank accounts being hacked, ATM cards being hacked. I mean, the scamming was just so crazy and intense. And with decentralized blockchain coming into effect, you have now more security than ever. The advantage of being able to build systems with security that's just bar none is exactly what we need, to prevent a lot of fraud, man. And it goes even farther. We have data breaches and Instagram everywhere. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think that going back to the innovation zone there too is that I think that like I was talking with Dip about it, and he was saying that he thinks that the Panasonic partnership came out a little bit too soon or too late. I mean, for them to be removed from the innovation zone. But I think that a definitely strong possibility in July. Like you said, I'm kind of the same mindset. Like a lot of people are making a mountain out of a molehill, in my opinion. Like they're like,
Yeah.
oh, once we get out of there, it's no different than when people were saying that when the XRP lawsuit, when XRP was declared not a security, that XRP was going to immediately
Yep.
skyrocket to
Yep.
$10. Like, no, man, no, right? It's
80
a step in
cents.
the right direction, you know.
Absolutely, 80 cents. I think it was like 88 cents or something like that. But
Yeah,
no,
it's
absolutely. You hit it right, right. We talked about it's just another step in the right direction. It's another step for Jasmy as a project to be stronger, not only here and now, but definitely in the future. I mean, Web3 is not even uh birth yet. We're still waiting for the birth of Web3, but when that thing comes out, I think it's going to blow minds with the technology side of it. And then understanding, okay, well, we really need projects like Jasmy to basically secure up, different pieces of that puzzle, man. And I think Web3 is going to be a revolution that changes the way that we do a lot of things. It's going to blow some minds, just
Yeah,
like Web 2 did. It was crazy.
I think that I agree. I think that over the next 5 to 10 years, uh, the world is going to look very, very different technologically than it does today. And Jasmy, IoT guys, it's like, IoT is like it's the next step in technological evolution. You take the Jasmy Secure PC just as an example. It's the next logical step is to be able to securely store your data as a company, right? And to make sure that that data is unalterable, unable to manipulate, and that you're actually in control of the flow of it. When you have companies like Google and Meta and Amazon who are just taking advantage of people's data and stuff like that, well, to lock that down is like obviously the next logical step. And then and then you talk about Hara in his not his last AMA, I think it was in February. He talked about utilizing the GPUs inside the PlayStations inside of people's homes, the power of them to be able to, and in return, the people will get passive income. He didn't say how much. It could, even if it's $5 a month or whatever, like it's whatever, right? Like you're utilizing
Exactly.
power. And it connects that network. It creates that partnership and collaboration with Sony. And I think that honestly is just kind of like a foot in the door, because when they get partnerships with these bigger companies, I think that getting their foot in the door with Sony, for example, or Panasonic, right, is going to lead to bigger partnerships. Like they're utilizing the GPUs in the PlayStations. Okay. And then the next thing that partnership goes well. Okay. And so now we're starting to integrate Jasmy's IoT tech and stuff into a lot more of Sony's tech and merchandise that they're putting out there, right? It's when companies work well together, they continue to work well together and evolve together, right? So very, very bullish, I think.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's what I think too. It's like, we have adoption that we can't even fathom right now, right? When it comes to Jasmy and when you bring in IoT, right? So Jasmy is basically focused on bringing in IoT in blockchain technology. Now that just has so many different levels to it, and I think once, like, we get the secure PC going, and we get, I've been looking to verify. Maybe you could verify, but I was hearing something about Jasmy basically building with Vios for U.S. military. I don't know how accurate that was or not, but I've been looking for some sort of validation with that. But here's the deal: when you start there, right? You start there and you move that type of technology into the U.S. It's hard to say because uh, I you you want to say the U.S. is a big uh you know powerhouse when it comes to financial, but honestly, I mean, we've been in debt for so long, and it's just that touchy subject. But it's like the point I'm getting to is that once we start incorporating this type of technology, and we do find a basis to use cryptocurrency, or crypto as payment. I mean, this is just like, it's basically scratching the surface, barely even, at bare minimum, scratching the surface on where a project like Jasmy can go when you're talking about total utilization of Internet of Things and incorporating it with blockchain technology. And it's insane because you can't even vision what that would look like 10 years from now, right? So for us to think long term as Jasmy investors, I mean, that's where we got to really keep our mindset, is like, we got to look at this long term for sure, 100%. But doesn't mean that in the short term that this information and just seeing how Jasmy's performing and seeing the project, it has a lot of very good potential to drive this valuation of this crypto up. It's just the project is insane, and I mean it's unfathomable in my point of view.
Well, yeah, I talked with Spencer. That's JASMY US, right? This is what he was sharing before. I think this is in relation to what you're referring to. The JASMY and Panasonic partnership is bigger than we think. Panasonic North American federal government contracts include the U.S. Army, Air Force, Navy, and Marine Corps. JASMY has previously mentioned military expansion use cases as well for Asia. So a lot of people say, the JASMY haters will say, well, why would the United States allow Japanese technology? That's not the way the world works, right?
Yeah,
Not the way.
right.
It's not like it's not because if they're utilizing Japanese technology that all of a sudden the Japanese have access to all of our information, and like that's not how it works, man.
Well, how do they think that we build our aircraft? So you think it's all U.S. Electronic parts? You know what I mean? Come on.
Yeah,
I
made in
mean,
America.
come on. It's not 100% U.S., man. They- they-
Well, that's
it's
just it. But
crazy.
people, they think through a very, very narrow scope, and they think that, well, and we live in a world, despite what you might see on X and stuff like that, Twitter, whatever you call it. Um, we don't live in a world anymore of such division the way people like to think about it, especially on a government level. While
Right.
we do have these countries who have these little wars and stuff like that, and war's bad and all that, but uh, people talking about like world wars and these degrees of separation, all of these bigger countries, whether even when they're not getting along, even when there's political strife on public platforms, they're still collaborating behind the scenes, right?
Still doing
Because at the
business.
end of the day, yeah, at the end of the day, all of these higher ups, these politicians, it's all about this,
That's right.
right?
That's right.
That's it, man. you
Absolutely.
know so if they can find a way to make Jasmy's secure PC work with government military operations, think your like what was the we were reading something in the last live we did, and it was about the U.S. Marines had to stop using their Fitbits because they were being tracked in Iraq using them or something like that, right?
Wow.
Because they weren't secure, right?
Right. Right.
So that's the thing.
There's no interception of that data that's going out into the world. You know what I mean? That's what it comes down to. It's like the protection, the safety, and I think with Jasmy and the PDL basically being able to catch user data, store it, and then be able to utilize that data for the benefit of growing for businesses financially and growing for, I mean, that's what it comes down to, is like growing businesses financially, right? Because we could look at like PlayStation. So, capturing the interest of, millions of kids and what they really like, and bringing all that information out helps businesses grow and become more healthier, because they basically know what the trends are coming out. And for those players to get monetized, I mean, think about it. Imagine if you could go to a store and say, all right, I'm going to pick up a PlayStation 8 or whatever with blockchain on it. But not only do you get to purchase this, is that when you start to use it, you're going to be able to get paid for playing games. You know what I mean? And that's, it's just sky's the limit when it comes to being able to market, and just build on blockchain technology. That's why I'm so uh, I I just don't see how people say, oh well, crypto's gonna die out, it's gonna fizzle out, it's just a fad. But I mean, on a daily basis, we're proving that cryptocurrency is basically not going anywhere, because it's becoming one of the best sought after technologies. And obviously attaching that to a financial valuation is just going to make it more beneficial for everybody.
Yeah, the best path to wealth is believing in your investments long before everybody else does, right? Um, Absolutely, man. But We were actually talking because the PDL, I don't know if you're aware of this or not. It is actually active on Apple, and it's in Japanese. However, I don't. Were you aware of that?
No, absolutely. No, I haven't. No. That's
Yeah,
the first that I heard. Oh, wow. Really?
yeah, it's active, but only for Apple users, not Android. And I think they're only really using it in Japan. However, you can still create your account no matter where you are. I know that Little Bidman, yeah, he's the one who gave me that information. Little Bidman, so shout out to him if he's watching. Him and Spencer at JASMY US have already created their PDLs over
Oh,
there.
wow.
You can't lock up any of your JASMY yet, but you can play to earn games on there right now for the DD coins that they have. And you can also take part in surveys and questionnaires to get paid in the DD coins as well, which you can then convert to JASMY coin, right? So
That's crazy. Yeah, I didn't
yeah,
even know that, bro. That is
it's only
crazy,
on
man.
Apple though.
Oh, really?
I'm an Android guy, so I'm screwed, right?
Ugh.
Yeah,
So
I'm
so
sure.
that you said that's only live in Japan, but you could actually access it through the US?
No, it's in the reason I say that it's only really being used in Japan is because when you go to download the app on Apple, it's actually in Japanese. However, there's
Gotcha,
one of our
gotcha.
community members named Crypto Queen. She actually posted in our Discord that she posted a tutorial video on how to translate it from Japanese to English so that you could create your
Oh,
PDL account. So
got you.
so you can use it, you can do it anywhere, but it's just I think a lot of people aren't because it's in Japanese and they don't know how to translate it to English, right?
Yeah,
So,
I mean, yeah, well, Google Translate, right?
yeah,
Copy and
well there you
paste,
go.
copy and paste. But I
I don't
mean,
think you can Google on an Android
that's
or
right.
on an Apple. Yeah,
That's right. Yeah,
um,
yeah, we need everything to connect, man. We need all the dots to connect so everybody could have a part. And then that's why, like I said, there's a gap because we would love to take advantage of the what Jasmy is and what Jasmy's doing, but there's that disconnect, with them starting in Japan and Asia. And we still need the opportunity to cross over, which I think we're headed in that direction, especially with a lot of the studies and work that they're doing with the colleges. I believe they're working something to transition into the US too with that. So I mean, I'm excited. Again, I do think that we're going to see some massive growth with Jasmy, with this cycle, but I think we're going to see a lot of growth when everything's rocking and rolling and Web3's out. And yeah, definitely, I would recommend to everybody, just to hold on to a nice bag of Jasmy, set it and forget it, stash your ledger away, don't look at it, just leave it alone, come back in the next cycles or two cycles. And definitely I'm sure you'd be a happy camper at that time.
wait, exactly. And like I said before, 50% of my bag is not going anywhere. Like because I am starting to believe more and more in their ability to reach their KPI goals and stuff like that. The more I research, the more I learn and see. I'm just like, man, like, and they lay it out, and the way Brian lays it out as well, it's just like, wow. So they're basing their KPI goals based on traditional stock market, qualifications or whatever, which is why, like, according to Brian, it's actually, shout out to Brian, by the way, which is why that $17 is actually very conservative in his opinion, and it could be going significantly higher than that. Especially, like, a lot of people say, well, listen, a 75% TVL would put us at 15 billion in circulation, right? And people will say, like, well, that's hard to lock up 75 or 75%. Well, no, because Cardano just locked up like 82% in the last bull cycle, right? So
Right.
we've already seen this happen.
And that, I mean, that's that's what I've been trying to, I do recall seeing that little, it was like a video that you put out or you shared, I believe, where I'm assuming that it was him, right, Brian, that basically drew out a video, like an animated video of the pricing and what that would look like with the formulas to be able to take it to that $17 valuation, like basically rearranging the whole vision of the way we do the market cap. And that made a lot of sense. That made a lot of sense. And can they do that? Yeah, absolutely. They could change the game when it comes to doing that type of change to the market cap. And I guess to be able to explain that to everybody is very, very key, because once a lot of these people, these doubters, start to understand what that looks like and how that could actually change, and the legality beside it being, okay to do, that's going to be huge, man, especially if, that's their vision and they work towards it and they make it happen. I mean, sky's the limit, man. I mean, that's I'm sticking to my bag as long as I can, you know what I mean? And I think that in the long run it's going to pay off, and maybe holding a bag of Jasmine probably for, the next 2-3 decades if I make it that far, you know what I mean? That's
Well,
what it is, man.
the way I see it, the company like Hara wouldn't come out and say these things if they didn't think that they could do it at the end of the day, right? If the vision wasn't clear to them. I'm going to jump into the chat here real quick so we can respond to some of the stuff that people are saying here. William says, "What's up, everybody? This is a good collaboration. 100%, man. Funky XCN's popping. Nice, nice. What to do? Dante, I've been waiting for this collab. Well, here it is, buddy. Here it is, brother. uh, run my crypto future. Well played. Jasmy Juicy. See if we got any questions in here. Rob drinking water and not a monster. Yeah, I stopped drinking the monsters. How long are you guys gonna hold Jasmy for? I'm gonna hold 50% of my bag. I'll probably I'm gonna sell 50. I'm gonna hold 50 through the next bear market, but I'll probably continue to top my bag up in the bear market as well, right? Once the market collapses 85, 90%, I'll be dollar cost averaging back in again. So what about you?
Yeah, talking to you about it, I think, honestly, like at least, the 10-year program for me, a decade, just to kind of see where we're at, where we're going. I mean, who knows, by that time, a million Jasmy tokens could be worth, 10, 100 million. I don't, who knows, man.
Yeah.
So, right now I'm looking long term, about 10 years, to see what type of ROI and which direction to go to. So at least a decade. And like I said too, I have some little ones. I have 2 adult children, and then I have a 4-year-old and 11-year-old, and I really wanted to put crypto away for them, on the ledger. And, so they got some Jasmy put away. So, and then other cryptos. So, like I said, they got some years to get to, 18 and that. So, we'll see that they have that portion. And then, like I said, I'm looking to, really see what 10 years does. That would give us, this cycle and maybe one more, and be able to look at what the market actually looks like at that time.
Well, if Jasmy does become a household name, like they very clearly want to, right? Then absolutely. I mean, that's gonna be amazing. Earth Prospector says, "I bought 6 Bitcoin at $500. I regret nothing." Exactly. That's why you
Salute.
buy. Yeah,
Salute.
that's why you buy early and you hodl, man. Exactly.
That's right.
Wreck those day traders. Is 3 mil Jasmy enough to retire? Um, I mean, I am honestly, I don't know what your targets are for Jasmy, but for me, I mean, I think we're going to see about a 30-cent Jasmy by the time we get to around October, November. By then, we hit the parabolic phase, probably closer to $1 by the end of the year. and then we'll see where it goes next year in the bull run, right? In the parabolic part of the bull run. That's kind of where I'm reading things at. So, I mean, if you're holding 3 mil Jasmy and you get to, you get to $1 in this bull run, then, I mean, if you can't make that work, problem.
Yeah, everybody has different lifestyles. 3 million works for somebody, but not for everybody. But it depends on your lifestyle. If you have a pretty frugal lifestyle, you could do a lot with $3 million if Jasmy gets to that level.
Especially if you take a good portion of your profits and you roll them into the next bear market and you multiply those even more, right? So, Patrick in the house, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. H Barbarina, ZD Motion says hit the like button. Nicholas says what's up, guys. Jasmy and Swift Coin will create life-changing wealth at a peak of this bull run. Do you hold any Swift Coin? You look into Swift, I think, don't you?
Yeah, I just got into Swift. I put about $500 into Swift about 3 weeks ago, but then we took the dip. So yeah, but I'm looking at Swift Coin. I was actually trying to track it. I spread it out, but charts is hard to base. You can't really base stuff off of charts. But with Swift Coin, I believe it's gonna hit. I think I posted like 8 to 11 cents is kind of where I had a target with Swift Coin. They did. It's a 2018 project, right? Came out 2018.
Yeah.
And there's a lot going on for this project. So yeah, I jumped into it. I'm trying to get a bigger holding on it. But I'm just still kind of building some of my other big projects. But yeah, I hold some Swift Coin just recently.
Yeah, I've been accumulating quite a bit of it as well. It's got great potential. Steve says, "Yo, Jimmy, what's good, my brother? Glad to see the collaboration." Awesome.
What's up, Steve?
What else do we got? I was one of the Bank of America customers that had their info stolen. A letter I got from them is saying they believe it was mostly done by inside people. Wow, that's crazy, man. Sorry to hear that, man. Sorry to hear that. Mary, how are you? At least get free credit monitor. Oh yeah, we leaked your identity, but here's some free credit monitor. Gee, thanks. Credits destroyed. Hey guys, any idea when Binance will remove Jasmy from the innovation zone? Well, the next target would probably be July, right? So, well, we'll have to. They assess it quarterly, so, but they still haven't made any announcements for April yet either. So we don't know whether they might have already removed it. They might not have, right? We got to wait for Binance to make their official announcement on April's this second quarter's assessments of their innovation zone. So very possible, very possible. Anyone invested in Swift? What do we got? Any idea when they will lock up implementation of Junction? They need to hurry up on these things in order to see Jasmy's price increase. Well, I mean, they said that they were going to lock up the first 100 million in April. April's not over yet, so I guess we'll kind of see what happens. But time will tell, I suppose, right? Either way, once it finally kicks off, I mean, 100 million a month is going to be fantastic. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. So, I think I kind of related that in some of the videos, when people were like tripping out, like, oh, how does he say we'll have 1 billion locked up in 9 months or so? But the way I was looking at it, I mean, the impact between 100 million tokens being locked up every single month, and if we started, obviously in April and we worked our way to next April, we're already looking at 1 billion tokens locked up. If it's ongoing, that's what my clarity is I don't know how that's going to look like. Is it going to continue? Because it's only a matter of a few years to knock out a big part of this, to lock up a big part of the supply of Jasmy, which is obviously, even through the bear market may even take JASMY up, you know, so we might see price rising through a bear market because we're continuously locking up tokens, you know. So it all depends, you know, and it depends on how many people are holding. Is going to really, that's going to be a real impact with JASMY, and it kind of fits into their vision, right? So we have tokens being locked up every single month. Then we have you know, new investors coming in throughout this entire bull run, you know, and then, you know, as we start to kind of liquidate going into the bear market, well, are we going to get new investors picking JASMY up through the bear market? So, you know, it could really change the game going into the future with JASMY as even, you know, as a whole. So that's just what I see it.
Well, I think mathematically, I think they're locking up. It equals like 1.2% of the supply a year at that pace, or something along those lines, right? So by the beginning of the next bull run, 4 years from now, I think it's like between 13 and 14% of the supply would be locked up just from JASMY. That's not including all of the users on the PDL locking their tokens up as well, right? So, I mean, with their expectations on Panasonic onboarding 100,000 users in the first year of the PDL, that's like how many tokens each one of those users going to lock up? 10,000, 50,000, 100,000? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, who knows? Yeah. And that's really going to make Hera's vision come to fruition, is just seeing, you know, all the I guess all the catalysts that could drive JASMY to that $17 valuation. I mean, it's there. We see it.
Yeah, and the funniest thing for me is the people who don't do any research, and it's like, so I'll get a comment, and basically the second I read somebody say, like one of the haters, they'll say, well, I mean, 50 billion circulating supply, boom, you've immediately, you know, lost the argument because you just showed me you didn't do any research on the PDL, the TVL, the goals, nothing. You went to CoinGecko, you saw 50 billion, and then you started to argue prices. That's all you did, right?
Game over.
Finish him. Ryan, aloha everyone, watching from Hawaii. Nice, brother. Nice, good to see you. Isaac, what's going on, brother? Death Bank in the house. Chris, let's buckle up, fam. Sandy, don't forget to smash the like. What do we got? Looking for questions here. Is this a bad plan? I'm going all in on JASMY till I hit 200K JASMY goal. I'm at 150 now. Well, I mean, you're not far from your goal right now. But what I would say, Tommy, is if you're going to do that, as much as I love JASMY, you know, the lesson I always tell people is, look what happened with Luna, right? Nobody who was invested in Luna foresaw the collapse of Terra Luna, right? So like I lost thousands of dollars in that, but I was diversified across like 10 different projects. So my portfolio, you know, didn't suffer, you know, it recovered fairly quickly. But, you know, as much as I would like to say, like, listen, something like that's not going to happen to JASMY. And I'm 99.99% sure it's not, but I can't guarantee it. So I'm going to diversify, right? So you don't want to be that guy, because if you're 100% in one project and it goes under, or something unforeseen happens, your entire portfolio is devastated, scorched earth, right? So I know you have your big three that you talk about with ICP and Render.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, those are my biggest three investments. Is JASMY is my number one, and then ICP and Render. Then I have like you know, some other like AI tech. I have some of that. Swift Coin just got into that. Myro. There's some other coins that I'm looking at. You know, I figure if Raw Powell could invest in some meme coins, why wouldn't I? You know, but yeah, definitely diversification is key. And if you ever really monitor your portfolio, you'll see that, you know, you'll have days of positive action coming off of one specific project, and then you see the other projects kind of draw down, your portfolio. But then when, everything's, in the green and it's rocking and rolling, then it all goes up together. But, like Rob said, you always want to keep some balance in your portfolio no matter what, 100%, because, we don't know. We can't really tell you the future, but, the thing is that if you play it safe enough, you look at the S&P 500, there is 500 different companies that are basically balancing out your portfolio. And that's kind of the mindset that you want to have going into cryptocurrency, is getting enough projects, not too crazy. I always say don't go over 10 projects. But I mean, some people got 50. It's crazy. It's unbelievable. But you get 10 solid projects, maybe even 7 solid projects. Put a nice balance in there. Understand what the high market cap projects, your medium market cap, your low caps. And then obviously I always like to separate meme coins from my original portfolio, because there's too much volatility in meme coins. And it's like, hit or miss. But unfortunately, or I could say fortunately, we're seeing a lot of crazy action in the meme coin space, especially when it comes to like Pepe, Salon, all these new meme coin projects. You got memes coming off of even base, so there, the variety of meme coins is out there. It's just kind of, pick your poison. I see the MAGA, the Trump one, and five, $6, $7, $8. I don't know where it's at now, but I'm like, damn, bro, like to buy that at zero, 0.001, or a couple cents, you're killing it, man. It's just ridiculous with the returns you could actually get on the meme coins. So
The problem is you never know which ones, like, where does the music stop, right? And do you have a chair? That's basically what it is. Like I get into meme coins once in a while. I'll throw $500 in there. I'll double or triple my money, and then I just get out, right? That's how you treat meme coins, in my opinion, right? A lot of people get stuck in the whole pattern of, hey man, we're building a DEX. I don't give a, I don't care about your DEX, right? Just triple my money and I'm out, man.
get out, get out.
Yeah. You get these legitimate people though in these meme communities, and they're like, X Inu is gonna pass Ethereum in market cap. Like, come on, man.
See that those are the ones that really draw me off to meme coins, is your Shiba Doge thing combination, and then you have these crazy names. But there's been a lot of meme coins that these guys have put in a lot of work, but I don't know, man. I just couldn't diamond hand any meme coins. I'm meme coin. I'm gonna run some through the bull market, see what they do, and at the end of the day, if they hit, they hit. If not, I'm out. But
Yeah.
my real money's going into projects like JASMY, ICP, some long term, excuse me, long term projects that have utility. I've been really wanting to get into quant, but I'm just I struggle with the price, because yeah, it is 100. It's over about $100, but I hear there's a lot of utility behind it. But when you compare it to something like HBAR, HBAR has, in my mind, the same ability to perform as well as that. The only difference is you have scarcity within QNT. So, there's only a certain amount of coins available. And, is that the deal breaker, and I struggle with those two projects, but for $100, it's just kind of,
Well, for me,
my,
with projects like that, I don't ever ape in. Like I've spent with quant, I've spent almost the entire last 2 years of the bear market. Every week when I dollar cost average, I just buy like one quant, and then and I've been doing that since quant was like $40 or something, right? You just buy one and just forget, kind of, and you end up with like a couple hundred over time if you just keep, you keep doing that. So, but I agree with you. The return on investment. I mean, if quant goes to $1,000, it's going to go somewhere between $1,000 and $1,500, let's say, right? I know there's people going to get mad. What do you mean it's not going to $4,000? I'm sorry, right?
Nah, yeah, I'm with you on that price. I was thinking like 900 to 1,300, something like that in that range.
Yeah, like this time around, right?
Yes, yes. But in the
It's like,
future, it could be 4,000 or 5,000. Who knows?
yeah. So I get the people's state of mind, but Armed to Fight You says, what's up, Rob? Can you let Run My Crypto know that I follow him also?
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, guys, by the way, real quick, hang on a second here. Go over to Run My Crypto's channel here, guys, and shoot him a sub as well. I got it up on the screen for you there. Make sure you go shoot him a sub, guys. A lot of fantastic JASMY content, as you can see. A lot of good content, guys. Go to his videos here. Go to your videos here. Yeah, see, we got JASMY. We got the big three, right? Render,
Yeah,
ICP,
big
for
three.
sure. Yeah, great projects, guys. He covers a lot of good ones here. Does JASMY just as much as I do. So
Jasmine, man, I hate to say it's like, my heart and soul, but we got to have that emotional disconnect. But I'm super bullish on Jasmine. I don't think I'll ever stop.
Yep, 100% agree, man. Where are we at in the chat here? Kevin says, well, shit, I'm late. I was waiting for this collab. I'm not worthy. Yeah, Kevin was asking me about it this morning. And then he shows up late. Dwayne says, at Run My Crypto, where do you see JASMY in this peak of 2025? It's funny.
2025, I'm looking at $1, like $1 over $1. I'm gonna say $1.26 to $1.30 something. That's where I've been seeing it at. But who knows? Could be $5, $17. Who knows?
We're laughing because backstage before we went live, we were joking around that somebody was going to ask us where JASMY was going to be, right? JLW, yes, my two favorite channels at the same time. Boom. Absolutely, nice. Man. We bring it to you guys. Right? Rickaroo in the house. What's up, buddy? Junior, will you guys be doing a deep dive on Spell Token? I did 2 videos on Spell Token in the last, I think 2 days. So I'm starting to do more Spell content for you guys, because I know you guys want to see it. So I don't know. Do you cover any Spell content?
For Spell, I have not covered that yet. No, I've been hearing about it, but I haven't really looked into it at all. The only other one I've been really looking into is the AIOZ, I believe it is. They put out with they're working towards DPIN and a lot of other great stuff. So I even visited the website, started to do a little bit of research on that. But as far as Spell Token, I hear a lot of content providers are putting it out that it's a really good project. But personally, I have no, I don't have a lot of information behind Spell Token at all.
I've just started doing my deep dives on it recently because the channel, somebody mentions it in every live stream. So I'm like, you know what? I'll start giving you guys Spell content. And so I'm with you on that. I don't know everything about it yet, but I have started doing my deep dives. So
yeah, I think too, like what I'm gonna start doing is trying to give some more, broaden out a little bit of other projects that I've been looking at. I just been really honed in on my big 3 because that's in my mind that's essentially what you need in your bigger investments. And then but there is, like, with the whole diversification thing, we have to put ourselves in a position to be able to, like you said, Rob, maintain your portfolio so that you may miss 2 or miss 3 of them, but the ones that didn't miss may be the biggest winners that you invested in. So it's always good to give JASMY content and give that to the investors, but you do have to understand that diversity is very important when it comes to investing in cryptocurrency. 100%.
Yeah, I agree. DD says, man, WTF, I'm late, but I'm here. Crypto Homes in the house. Sandy says 95 people watching, only 45 likes. Come on, fam. Death Bank, what are your thoughts on JASMY flipping ADA? Not in this bull run, man. Maybe the next one. That's a hell of a hill to climb. I mean, you're talking about hang on a second here. You're talking about, what do we got? Where's ADA? So Cardonzo is right here.
18.5 billion in market cap.
Yeah, then we go down to JASMY. Around should be right around here somewhere, right? 90s. Did it fall back out of the top 100?
It's in 89 position right now, I believe.
According to this sandbox.
Oh, they dropped. Did it drop?
101. So yeah, I mean, you're looking at a 14 billion versus a 1 billion, right? So that's a hell of a hill to climb in one bull run. Is it possible? Yes. But Cardonzo is also a very good project as well. And, you know, their community is not just going to roll over and let JASMY mess it. I think you can see JASMY work its way up to the top 20, top 15, maybe, but top 20 for this bull run. And if it can maintain that position or something around there, stay inside the top 30, 35 for the bear market, then it's possible, yes, after that. Again, as we move closer and closer to utility being the primary driver of the asset class, projects like JASMY, like the cream's gonna rise to the top, right? And you know, the crap's gonna sink to the bottom because you know. So that's basically. And I've also said in the past too, when it comes to these ETFs, I think that these ETFs are going to be a big driver in separating memes from utility tokens, because at some point they're just going to start creating ETF baskets for like BlackRock and stuff like that, because they're not going to individually evaluate 25,000 crypto to see which ones can have ETFs or not, right? They're just going to set out a criteria, a standard that a project has to meet to qualify to be a part of these ETF baskets, most likely. And then you can these hedge funds like BlackRock, Fidelity, wherever, are going to be able to buy into these baskets of altcoin ETFs. That's, I think, the most efficient way for them to do it, in my opinion. And I think that JASMY definitely will be one of those projects because of the utility, right? Because of the use case. Like, this company goes in so many different directions, it's insane, you know.
Yeah, I remember Hera came out with talking about how he wanted to take JASMY to, you know, stable coin, to you know, electronic traded funds. You know, he wanted to create stock in it. So the vision is there, and I think, you know, it's a matter of just, you know, we have the vision to grow to a very significant level, and it's just a matter of executing, you know, every step and every milestone, checking it off and getting there, and you know, it's going to be huge.
Yeah. Tommy says, is it a little late for ICP? In my opinion, no.
Nah. Nah, you're getting it at a discount at this price right now. That's my opinion.
I agree. Absolutely. Hello and welcome, Run My Crypto. Welcome to the channel. River, what's up, man? Good to see you. Matt, I'm late getting off work. 50 push-ups, buddy. 50 push-ups when you show up late. What else do we got? Waiting for this point, this post having dipped to grab a bag of spell. Nice. Do you think in future JASMY will get an ETF Hong Kong Asian market? I think it's possible in Japan, and possibly Hong Kong, because it's legally regulated out there, right? So when we talked a couple of months ago about this bill they're passing to allow VCs in Japan to be able to buy into digital assets, right? The first thing that they mentioned in the article was that they were going to target legally regulated and compliant cryptos, and there's only one in Japan that's legally regulated, right? So, I mean, they might add Bitcoin and Ethereum to the mix, but outside of that, Japan's Jasmy is the only legally regulated and compliant crypto out there. So, I think that's where it would start, you know. And if it works out, then you'll see a branch off to like Hong Kong, maybe Korea. We did just see, by the way, as well, we just saw, South Korea. The election went the way of the Liberal Party, I think, or whatever it is they're calling it. And they promised that they were going to start passing Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs if they won the election, and they did. So we should start to see ETF action out of South Korea as well, right? So a lot of money coming out of the East into the Web3 space.
Definitely.
Where do you think ICP will go? I'll leave that in your hands, my friend. You're the man for ICP.
If I told you, you'd probably freak out. No, you know, on the more conservative side of things, I see ICP, you know, doing anywhere from like a 250 to, and this is a big spread, right? It's about 250 to about, you know, call it, you know, $500. But it depends, right? Because there's a lot of different catalysts going on for ICP as well. Now we got most of the original tokens that are, you know, they've already dumped out most of those. So now we're going into a level where Internet Computer is actually becoming more profitable and more valuable because we're not, you know, anticipating any more big dumps on the market. So, and that can really be the game changer for Internet Computer because you have a lot. If you go into you know, the staking side of ICP, you have a lot of people staking on the 8-year plan, right? So that's going to be, you know, tokens that are set aside. Not to mention the adoption and the usage. If you ever look at the transactions and you follow the transactions on Internet Computer, you can see the uses is just constantly growing. Then their AI integration, there's just so much going on for the project. I'm thinking, you know, I think it would be easy for me to say that you would see, you know, if we put it somewhere in the lines in the middle, a $400 ICP 2024, you know, but it could go a lot crazier than that. I've talked to people that actually think that ICP may hit, you know, that $1,000. Is it far-fetched? I don't know, man. This has been 100x predicted project from the get-go. So, you know, it's up in the air, but what I can tell you is that if you invest in ICP now, you will not be disappointed at the end of 2024.
I agree. I've done a couple ICP videos in the past. I think last year I actually did a deep dive video into their technology and stuff like that as well. They are a very, very solid project. They'd already be much higher, in my opinion, if they hadn't had that manipulation by FTX and all that, you know, artificially inflated price action that happened. Team got blamed for a rug that they never pulled, but you know, now their names are clear. So I think that they're going to have a great couple of bull runs, to be honest with you. So it's a great project.
I'm telling you, man, that boy created some mess, man. It was unbelievable. When I was looking, I'm like, man, you just got so greedy. You couldn't be happy with about, you know, $20 billion a month, or, you know, $200 million a month. It's like crazy, man.
Those beanbags are expensive, brother.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, it's nuts.
River says, "Come on, Leafs, you can do this." Nux fan, don't want to see the Bruins again. Yes, I know, man. I kind of got it on in the background, and it's pissing me off. Are you a hockey fan?
You know, I don't watch a whole lot of hockey. You know, I've watched some in the past, but honestly, not too hip to it. I'm a Kings fan. Anybody out here in Cali, you know, I've been a Kings fan, but not because I love the sport, but just because, you know, it's you know, that bandwagon thing. If you're in LA, it's just what we do. So, but you know, but honestly, I did actually see Anaheim Ducks game, I believe. Yeah, it was Anaheim Ducks. That was pretty fun. It was nice to watch a hockey game, but big football fan. Baseball too.
Yeah, I've been considering getting into watching more football, but haven't yet.
I don't
Death
watch
Bank says, "Oh, go ahead."
I don't watch soccer either. I should, but I don't. I hear soccer is a good sport to follow too.
World's most famous sport, absolutely, yeah. Death Bank says, "Run my crypto. You gonna
I
hook
got
Rob up
you.
with one of those hats?"
I got you, Rob. I'm gonna send you one, man. I just been trying to keep them low profile, bro. But I gotta actually, I was only gonna order a couple, because I was trying to hook up, people that were asking, and then it's like, dang, I gotta cover this order of like 10 or 12 hats, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just try to, sell a couple, but I'll definitely send you one, Rob, if you want it. You know what I'm saying?
I'll
So
wear it on every stream, brother.
I got you. They're coming in. I should have some coming in on the 20, I believe it's the 28th or the 30th. I ordered like 16, so they're pretty fresh. I mean, this is like you can't even feel the material on them. They're legit classic hats. You know,
Nice.
just get, if anybody wants one, email me, Jasmy Hat, and I got you.
Yeah, Matt says, "I want a Jasmine hat." There you go, Matt. Now you know how to get one, brother. Get in touch with them. Get it done, brother. Um, KK says, "When the Jasmine floodgates open, heads will spin off your head and land on the moon." Absolutely. Thoughts on Grayscale's mini ETF? I mean, I think they're just trying to find a way to stop the bleeding in terms of all their customers offboarding and switching over to BlackRock and stuff like that, right? So I think it'll be successful. I do. They'll make money off of it. Rod, good job, guys. Everything will use data, cars, homes, etc. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Uh, where'd you get Jasmine merch? Travis says.
Well, this is custom designed. So I don't know where you could get it, but if you want to get this custom design, just hit me at Run My Crypto. I'll slap it in the comments right here, but just email me Jasmy Hat, because I, like I said, I didn't have the intention on selling these, but they've been coming more popular, so I figured I'll grab a couple and get them out to who wants them. So
Got to get them out, brother.
yeah.
XSYN says
Ducks.
ducks. Yes.
Ducks. Anaheim, right? Anaheim.
Jasmine hat giveaway for Rob's 1 year channel anniversary. Let's go.
Yeah.
uh, what do you guys think about Finance on the Kronos chain? I don't know enough about it, to be honest with you. I don't know. I like Kronos. If you ask me, maybe tomorrow's evening's live stream, Junior, I'll do a little bit of a dive into it for you, brother. Let me know. Armed to fight you once, one, two. You're gonna have a lot of orders to fill here,
I
brother.
know. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. That's just
Um,
how it was. Even with I put it on a couple of videos that I put out, and I don't know what happened. It just everybody wanted. I was like getting spammed with it. I was like, man, and the lead time on these hats ridiculous, but the quality is just through the roof, man. It's amazing.
you bit off more than you could chew, eh?
I did, right? I thought everybody was gonna make fun of me, but it is what it is, man. You have to have that courage, especially if you believe in something.
100%, man. Pop Tart eater. How do you feel about Peak? That's another one I'll have to look into. Maybe, you know what? I might do a late night live stream later tonight, guys. Maybe around 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, we'll do one, and I'll look into some of your projects there. River says, ooh, Jasmine hats. Armed to fight you. Where's my hat? What about this GameFi token, Pickamoon? Well, like I said, we'll do deep dives into altcoins on another stream, guys. You are the best, guys. Well, I mean, yeah, maybe, yeah, we're the best. You're right. We're Club Jasmy. Spell. I think we all need Jasmy merch. Well, you're looking at the guy you need to order from right now, guys. So hit him up.
That's crazy.
Jasmy's pumping as we speak. Is it? Let's have a look.
I know. I was like, what?
Oh, yeah. Look at us go. We're pumping on the daily. Let's go check out the 15, guys. 15 is probably pretty beautiful if the daily looks like that. Oh, yeah. Not too bad. Not too bad. You'll love to see it. When do you guys think we'll hit 3 cents? Well, I was just over on the daily. I mean, really, it really depends on what's happening with Grayscale. If they keep crapping on our heads, man, with these, selling off $200-300 million worth of BTC, seems like on a daily basis. Until that stops, and until the DXY starts to plummet here. I mean, if we look over at the DXY. I mean, it's working its way downwards, but we really need to see the DXY do a face plant here, guys, right? I mean, that's just a 15. If we go to the daily, like, this concerns me, guys. This concerns me, right? We need this to really take a crap, because if we look at this, guys, right, on the daily time frame, what are we looking at here, right? What is this? That's a bull flag, guys. If that breaks to the upside, crypto is going to take a massive steamer, right? So that's why I say be ready for that stuff, guys. In 2017, the crypto market had a 38% drop 2 weeks after the halving, right? So this could help us lead to, I think we could see somewhere. I don't think we'll go to 38%, but I think another 20 to 25%, flush out could definitely happen. And especially if the DXY here does break out of this bull flag that's forming on the daily in a bullish way, we're dead, right?
Yeah, it's like we're at the mercy, because a lot of projects are showing the same pattern, but we could go down and they could go up. It's all a matter of how that's going to break out and play out.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I tell my followers there. I say it's a moving target, right? People want like one broad stroke answer that, and every day the answer changes,
It's like
30, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's like, we never know what type of event is going to take place, right? So we never saw the FTX whole big thing coming out. That really just put a damper on the markets big time. We've seen a lot of liquidations coming out. But, at that time, the thing is that I think a lot of big money that was invested in crypto at that time, they didn't know the risk. I mean, they thought it was too risky. There was just so much risk involved. But I think now that Bitcoin has signed off with the ETFs, and, we get in Ethereum, I think we're going to have some more stability with with big venture capital investors coming into the market. So, this is why I just continuously say we may see the biggest bull run ever, because the money that's going to flow in is going to be money that we haven't seen before, on top of when the media starts to really kick out Bitcoin and kick out crypto. It's going to bring a lot of retail investors into the market. So it's going to be wild.
Yeah, I agree. This is going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be the biggest bull run we've ever seen, and it's going to be the biggest bull run we will ever see again, right?
Absolutely.
What do we got here? What is the least amount of Jasmy people should hold? I know everyone's different. My opinion, you should hold at least 100,000 Jasmy, in my opinion. I mean, there's certain levels, like bottom levels, that minimum size bags that you should probably hold for any given project. Otherwise, you're just kind of having wasted money sitting there. Like when I see someone show me their portfolio and they're holding 465 Cardano, I'm like, why are you holding that? Like, how much money do you plan on making on that? Even if it goes to $2, you're making $900, right? Like, You could better deploy that capital somewhere else. So for me, 100,000, 100,000 Jasmy should really probably be the smallest bag anyone should hold, but that's just my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a matter of like, I I what do you want to do with the project? That's really what the way you have to look at it. When it comes to investing in Jasmy, it's like, how much you're how much you're going to put in is what you're going to get out. So if you're relentless building your portfolio behind Jasmy, then you're going to get relentless results. But long term, like Rob says, I agree with 100,000 Jasmy. I mean, that could be very beneficial going into the future of Jasmy as the project starts to grow and it starts to unfold. That 100,000 Jasmy can be a significant amount of money in the next 6 years. So yeah, I strongly agree with 100,000. That's very feasible for anybody to get to right now in this. Even at this price for Jasmy, it's feasible to get to. It's still a lot, but if you could get to 100,000, set it aside and forget about it for the next 6 years or so, you'd be in very, very good shape.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Um, with the amount of DCA time we have, there should be no excuses. Yeah, I mean, like I say that all the time, guys. Get a side gig. I work 4 jobs and I'm a full-time dad, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger says when people say they don't have time to go to the gym. If the president has time to work out for an hour a day, if the Pope has time to work out for an
Right.
hour a day, you freaking do,
That's
right?
right. Yeah, that's right. You know, and then that's what it comes down to, man. What type of side hustles you could put together? How much do you really want it? How bad do you want it? And I think there's a certain thing that we have to look at too, man. It's like, don't get into crypto short term to make big term money. That's the you got to get that out of your mentality. Your mentality should be, I'm starting crypto in, obviously you should have started it a long time ago, but if you're starting in, 2024, your mentality should be, I'm starting crypto in 2024. I'm going to invest. I'm going into this bull run. I'm going to build some capital, you know, put it in positions. They're going to make you, some good gains, then liquidate, and then during the whole bear market set some aside, set that aside and continuously build and build and build. It shouldn't be like, hey, I'm going in, I'm cashing this out and I'm going to wait till the next one. No, you want to build this, basically compound as much as you possibly can for the next 10, 12 years, who knows. But don't look at crypto as short term. Look at it as something you're going to do long term, because honestly, Web3 is not even here yet. So the true value of a lot of these cryptocurrency projects has not even reflected, on, what they are. So it's like, continue building for your future. And, you're barely at the infancy stage, in my opinion, of cryptocurrency. We still have a long way to go, especially rolling out what the true value of these projects are.
I say that all the time too. Like if we're in a bear market, like all through 2026, for example, we should theoretically be working our way back down the entire year to the bottom of the next bear market, just like we did in 2022, right? That whole year, you should be dollar cost averaging, but in a different way. The money that you would be putting into crypto, you should be putting aside somewhere and pretending it doesn't exist until we bottom out at the next bear market, right? Then you're going to have a nice chunk of change to kind of start your bear market journey. You know what I mean? Like, don't spend that whole year going not saving up any money and then going, oh, dollar cost average, when the time comes. Like, no. Keep the mindset all through the bear market, the path downwards. And you're going to find you'll end up having like 10, 15, 20 grand put aside all of a sudden out of nowhere, because it adds up. Like what was I going to say? Like for me, that's what I do. Like that's what I do the whole time, even though I'll have money from this bull run, but I still save up through the bear market and continue. I take 10% of everything that I make, every paycheck I make, every dollar I make, I take 10% of everything and that goes into my investments, right? And then I work my budget on my life around what I have after I take 10% out. And you'd be surprised how fast you can accumulate money doing it that way, right? Over time. So Elizabeth in the house. How you doing, Elizabeth? Good to see you. Good to see you. I think it's going to be the most parabolic, but the shortest bull run ever. Yeah, a lot of people think it's going to be an abbreviated bull run, but hey, if we peak out early, guys, I'm fine with that, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. That just gives us, get us to DCA a lot faster,
Yeah.
Start building up those new portfolios.
Yeah, 100%. I'm excited for the bottom of the next bear market, knowing how much money I'm going to be able to reinvest and stuff. It's truly, truly encouraging, right?
Absolutely.
How much JASMY should you hold? More. I thought a bull flag was a good thing. It is a good thing, but not on the dollar. The crypto and the DXY are inverse. So if the DXY is pumping, if we have bullish signs on the DXY charts and it's pumping, that means crypto's going down and vice versa, right? If the DXY dumps, crypto and risk on assets go up. So it is a good thing, but not for
Dixie. Not for Dixie.
What do we got here? JASMY is Web 5 if you really think about it. Yeah, I could see that. Because it's still in its infancy for sure. Put your profits to the side from the bull cycle for the next one. Yeah, that's what I do, man. I have my process. I take 50% of my profits, right, that I make throughout an entire cycle, and I roll that into Bitcoin at the bottom of the bear market, right? When Bitcoin's down 80 to 95%, I start putting that money, 50% of all my gains into crypto or into Bitcoin specifically. Then I probably use about 25% to dollar cost average into my alts and stuff like that throughout the next 2 years, right? I'll start with my blue chips because that's when they're going to be their cheapest. Your Cardanos, your XRPs, your Filecoin, whatever it is, right? Solana, whatever, those top market cap coins, right? That's when you want to buy those blue chips. I see people trying to buy them now. I'm like, dude, why were you not buying Cardano at like 25 cents in the bear market, but you're buying it at like 67 now, right? Like,
it's crazy, so right?
That's my process though. And the reason I do that with Bitcoin is because I do believe we are going to eventually see $1 million Bitcoin, whether it's 2029, 2030, or the cycle after that. It's going to happen. And I want to hold, if I end up accumulating 20, 25 Bitcoin over the course of continuing to roll my profits in there, then hey, right? Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So that's my thought process. And it's, I hate using the word safe, but it's safe. It's safer than putting that money into a bank account, right?
Absolutely.
JASMY looks like Request Coin. I don't know what's Request Coin. Huh? Is that like from Diablo or something?
That's a new one for me.
Leafs are out shooting the Bruins. Are they? Are they crushing them? Because this is driving me nuts, man. They need to freaking win this game. They need to tie the series. I wrote all my profits all the way back down last go round. Won't happen again. I got my price points. I'm selling certain percentages. That's the way it's done, man. That's the way it's done, brother. Take those freaking profits, man. Take them, but not too early, right? Not too early. A lot of people are going to be selling at like 5 cents or something like that. And it's like, man, you're tripping.
Yeah, and when the next day is going to hit 12, 13 cents.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, no kidding, man. But I think I'm going to go eat some supper, brother. Man, it's always great to have you on the channel. I appreciate you coming on, man. If you ever want me to come by, I mean, over on your channel, I'm always willing to come over and make sure you guys are shooting them a sub. Sorry, go ahead. You're gonna say something.
No, absolutely. And then I got you your hat, bro. So as soon as they come in, I was gonna go straight to your address, man. So just go ahead and DM me your info, man. I really appreciate you with the invite, man. And you know, Rob, it's been a really great time talking about Jasmy with you, and you know, both you and Maximus. That's Maximus Crypto?
Yeah.
You know, I seen that one video. I think it was a live that you guys did where it just was like, man, it was amazing to see the amount of information that you guys were able to grab and just put it out there, man. Because I think that a lot of the investors need to really understand the true you know, details behind the project. And there's a lot of things that we can't see, especially being out here. So, you know, that's my mission, is just to give as much information as we can. And, you know, again, thank you so much for having me on your show, your channel, man. It's been a blessing, brother. So, you know, appreciate you again. And thanks, man. Thanks again.
Well, you have a standing open invitation, brother. You can, anytime you want to come over. We're trying to reschedule another Jasmy roundtable coming up in the next couple of weeks. So, if you're interested in participating in that, so far it's like I said, usually it's me, Jesse, Max will be there. Max and I are always on each other's channels, to be honest with you. Sometimes I just like invite myself over when he's doing a live stream. Like, hey, I want to come over.
Well, that's cool, man. And then good looking out on the software information, because that was pretty neat. So I got that now. So we're good, man. So yeah, definitely appreciate it, man. Appreciate everything, brother.
No worries, man. Open invitation. Like I said, I'll shoot you my address there. I look forward to getting that hat. I'm going to pop it on as soon as I get it, man.
Sounds good. All right. And then, if anybody does want the hat, it's you could email me at runmycryptollc@gmail.com. Just put Jasmy hat, and yeah, just put the Jasmy hat in the subject, and I'll go ahead and shoot you guys a link. So
there you go, guys. Get your hats ordered, man. I want to see a whole army of people wearing these hats, man. So you guys want them, you got the opportunity. Let's go, baby. And make sure you're shooting him a sub over there, guys. He's got his channel up on the screen right now. Run My Crypto. Check it out. And yeah, definitely, guys. A lot of good Jasmy content. I go over there. I watch them all the time. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you again, brother.
All right, bro. Sounds good. All right, Rob. Take care, bro.
Take care, brother. See you later. All right, guys. Well, that is about it for today. I'm going to go get some supper. I'll be back, guys. Give me a couple of hours. Give me about 2 hours. I'll be back. I'm going to do another live stream. I got a lot of content to go through, so I'll be back for another live stream in a couple of hours. So I'll see you guys then. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, guys. Join the Patreon, join the member side, and I'll see you guys in about 2 hours.